and welcome to Dave's Dugout. My name is Dave Schimpf. I'm in charge of this podcast. It's all about softball and nothing but softball. So if you want to chat or talk about something else, you're not welcome to do that. But I hope somebody wants to call in today because today I want to talk about some funny stories. Okay, so or maybe even show a couple funny videos. So, but I would like to hear some funny stories, especially from the guys used to play softball down at Hoyt Park. You know who you are. There's Tony. There's Kurt. There's Joe. Scott. There's a couple Joes. So you know who you are. So Brian, if one of you want to call in, please do so. My toll-free number again is 833-7 Dugout. That's 833-738-4688. Okay? So please call in if you want to talk about a funny story that you may have to share or anything you might want to share about your career in softball. So, but I also have a mug here. I'll show it. It's a reverse, sorry, but it says Dave's Dugout on there. If you're interested in one of these mugs, it's going to cost you just $10. $5 is profit for me, and just a small charge for shipping and handling. But other than that, if you become a guest either on the phone or in person, you'll get a free mug. I owe one to Gary Evans for his call-in for talking about the You Gotta Be Kidding Me award. I use the word kidding. We had a nice conversation about that. So, Gary, I still owe you one. We had a luncheon with some umpires yesterday. I think we had, I do believe we had either 12 or 13. It was a very nice luncheon. We have it at Ryan's Roadhouse down in St. John's, Michigan. So, if you're interested and you're maybe an older umpire or whatever from USA or ASA softball, you're welcome to join us. Just let me know, okay? And I'll get a hold of Gary, and we'll see whether or not you so-called qualify, okay? Again, this is USA Softball. This podcast is not affiliated with USA Softball. I used to be an ASA USA softball umpire. So we talk about NCAA softball, talk about Federation softball, Little League softball. Forgot about that. There is Little League softball. There's U-Trip softball, NSA softball, pro softball, just about anything softball related. Okay, so please give me a call. Or send me an email, daveumpire@aol.com. That's daveumpire@aol.com. Okay? So, without further ado, listen to anybody who wants to call in. Please do. I requested it on Facebook, so you know who you are. Carl. Carl's another one, Carl Polzine. So, he's another one that I forgot about that would be interesting to call in, or anybody else that used to play down there or whatever. Unfortunately, I missed Billy Cork's funeral service. Something came up, and I was really, really disappointed. Unfortunately, something came up, and I couldn't get out of that. Sorry, I missed Billy Cork's funeral service. To any players out there that was played for Billy or any family members, my deepest condolences. Billy was a fine gentleman, great coach. And by the way, I'm going to fill out a nomination to see if I can't get Billy into ASA's USA Softball at Michigan Hall of Fame. So I have until the 16th of May as a deadline. So Big Tony, if you're listening, I'm going to take care of that nomination, and we need some letters of recommendation is all. And I know you'll help me on gathering information from Billy. Okay, so just wanted to pass that on. So anyway, let's get off that subject and talk about something humorous. I have a couple humorous, couple funny videos here I want to show. One is the league, probably baseball, but it is too humorous not to look at. Okay, so I'm going to play that first, and because it's just too humorous. You want to think you've seen it all? Well, you haven't really seen it all. So here's the very first video. Again, this was taken. This is actually done at third base. It's reversed, but you can understand. You could. We'll show it again here so you can see it. All right. First fielder misses. Second fielder, third fielder misses, and the runner throws the ball. Now you got to admit that is very, very humorous. One more time, all right? One more time. Now, if this was a real, it is a real game probably, but you know what I'm talking about. That would be interference on the runner, and he would be out. But I don't think they called interference on this runner because I'm not sure if the umpire could even not stop laughing long enough to call interference. Okay, so there's the first play. Let me get to another one now. Okay, here's another one. Let me get this little thing that happened here. Let me get this on here now. Ready? Runner's coming home from third. Points towards first and dives in and is safe. Now, let's watch that again. Now, you got to remember now, the runner isn't any more than arm's length away from this catcher, so she's not out of the base path. All right, let's look at this again. Coming in from third, misses the plate. Catcher's making a play, dancing around, points toward first, and dives in and touches the plate. Did she do anything? Maybe. Okay. Would that be called hindering or confusing somebody? Possibly. All right. She did make a point. I'm not sure she said anything. She pointed though. So as a home plate umpire, you may have been able to call interference here. All right. May have been able to call interference. Again, she hindered. You don't have to make contact to have interference. You can have verbal. You can have in this case, confusing, hindering, or anything like that for interference. We'll watch it one more time because it is funny. Just remember it's reversed. She's coming from third. Okay, here comes the runner coming in, misses the plate, runs back and forth a little bit, and points and dives in and touches the plate. Okay? Yes. That could have been interference of some kind, right? Okay? Possible. Again, I'm not sure what all happened. I'm not sure if the pointing was confusing. Of course, it looked like the catcher got confused, so very well could have interference on that. That'd be a good discussion for my next luncheon. So anyway, that was another funny play that I found on YouTube. Let me see. I think I have one more here. And this is when you call never give up on a player. So, uh, as an umpire, you should be aware of what could happen here. Okay. Did you see what happened? The fielder never took the the ball and her glove off the player. So let's watch it again. Comes in, jumps up, right? Jumped up and down. Make didn't make took her contact with the base off. Glove and the ball was still on her, so she was called out. As an umpire, that's why one thing you should never do is never take your eyes off the play thinking that it's over. In that case, it wasn't over. All right. So that's another funny play that I found today. So just that wasn't too funny, but it's strange. Happened. I'm sure there was a discussion about it. So those things always happen. I just wanted to let you know what all can happen. Okay. Especially, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be softball, but that's what we're talking about. It's softball. And now, again, I'm hoping that somebody would call in, but not yet. So I have a funny play. This is probably the strangest, funniest play that ever happened in my umpiring career. Okay, what I'm going to talk about. This is a little bit lengthy, but well worth it. Okay, I was umpiring at Hemlock High School, and they were playing Chesney. Hemlock High School's dugout is on my, as a plate umpire, it's on the left of the plate umpire, and the visiting dugout is on the right. And I just mentioned that because it kind of comes into play. All right. I'm working with Tim Tarnowski. Bless his soul. He passed away a few years ago, but I was working with Tim. We had a girl hit a double, so she's now standing on second base. All right. We have a girl standing on second base, and a pitch or two comes in. One pitch comes in, and it's really low. His feet on the plate. Ball goes to the backstop. Now, of course, I've got to keep my eye on the ball, so I turn and pick up the ball. Catcher's running back, picks up the ball, fakes a throw to third because now the runner on second is going to third. Okay, so right, everything's fine. Ball goes back to the pitcher in the circle, and batter comes in here and couple pitches. And Larry Graff, who is the coach for Hemlock, is on third as the third base coach because it's his team. And he says, "Dave, what's the count?" And I look at my indicator and I say, the count is, I'll just say 2-2 because I don't remember anymore what the count was after this. I said 2-2. And Larry says, "It can't be." And I said, "Why can't it?" He says, "Because this is a new batter." And I said, "What do you mean a new batter?" He says, "Well, the other batter got hit." And I looked down, and sure enough, that other batter, the batter who was on there when the ball came in low, is standing on first base. And I said, "She didn't get hit. I didn't award her first base." He goes, "Yes, she did." I goes, "I didn't award her first base." And so he says, "Can you check?" I goes, "No, I'll check." So I call, we got time already. So I get together with Tim. He comes over and I goes, "Tim, did you have that pitch earlier hit that batter when it went to the backstop?" He goes, I didn't see it." He said, I don't think I saw it hit her, but I really wasn't looking because the runner was coming from second to third. I goes, "Oh, okay." So I go back. I goes, "He said he didn't hit her." He said, "Dave," he says, "I'm pretty sure it did." I said, "No." I said, "First of all, if it would have hit her, it would have been a dead ball. Second of all, I would have had to award her first base, and I didn't. She went there on her own volition. She went there on her own." So I call her back. I goes, "Batter, I'm going to call you back, and I'm going to, put you back in the batter's box, and you're going to assume the count now. And Larry says, you can't do that, can you? I goes, I'll be honest with you, Larry. I'm not sure I could. If I can do that. I'm pretty sure I can, but there's no protest in high school softball during regular season, so that's my ruling. So I put her back, and he says, can you ask her? I said, I'll ask her. And I'm saying to myself, well, what else is she going to say? I said, did that ball hit you? She goes, yes, I'm pretty sure it did. I go, well, I'm sorry, but I didn't see it hit you. I didn't award you first base. So therefore, you're going to assume the count, which is now 2-2, and you're going to bat it over, and we're going to put the runner back to second base. So I put the runner back to second base because there was some confusion as to what all happened, and I want the runner from second getting to third base. So I did that. And was that right? I don't know. Maybe I should have left her on third base, possibly, because it was still a live ball. I didn't say any more about it, so it was what it is. But that is the strangest play that ever happened to me in my career, bar none. Okay? Nobody saw it, not even the coach for Chesney, and it was right in front of his bench. He or she didn't see it either. So that's where I was at. So I was stuck with it. Very funny play. My phone is ringing, but it's not one of the calls I was expecting. So I'm just letting it ring, not answering it. So that was what happened. There was probably a couple other incidents that I had in my career that was humorous. But I haven't really been ready to do that because I was hoping that I was going to get some more calls. But again, just when you think you've seen it all, or just when you thought, I think I could have done this or that, be ready as your career as an umpire, a coach, or whatever, because you just never know what could happen. Okay, you just never know. Now, I've tried to look in my book, and I've tried, even when I got home that night, of course, Tim and we talked about it as we were changing. I think I had the second game, so I think we were changing to go home, and we laughed about it. What else you going to do? So the next time I saw Larry, I didn't really have a great explanation for him, so there was nothing I could do about that either. So anyway, just wanted to bring that to your attention. And I'm waiting for anything at all here for the next couple minutes. I'm kind of stalling. If I don't get a phone call, I'm sorry. But the podcast will probably end right there. Just remember, there's some things in the book, rule book, and concerning interference. We talked about the one at the funny play we had there. That was possible interference. Okay. So in that case, the umpire could have called her out rather than calling a safe, because she did point to first. It's possible confusion there. So that could have been a form of interference, and we could have had that second runner that came in from third base out. As far as the other little league play, when there was three fielders that missed that ball, and then the runner picks it up and throws it. Yeah, that was interference. But after the umpire gets done laughing and maybe even falling down, and I'm not sure the coach even brought it to anybody's attention. So that was another one. But other than that, that just shows you what can happen in softball. So I'm going to let it go there. I'm going to have another podcast on Monday. Maybe I'm going to try and get an interview in here with somebody that everybody knows, and we'll try to get an interview either on Monday or Thursday next week. Okay, so everybody enjoy the spring. It's cold again today. I'm still wanting to take in a game or two. Just can't. I'm not going to sit out there and be cold. So I'm waiting for a nice day. Then I'm going to go out there and take in a game or two. I do believe the college tournaments have started. So I did have watched some on TV today. Indiana won their game today against Washington. I didn't see the results of Michigan and Indiana, so that was the second game that was on TV today. I don't know about that. So there's some college tournaments on, so watch them. There's some high school games to go to, and wherever they're at in your area. Whether or not you're in Michigan or other states, there's some people from other states that watch this podcast. Take them in, okay? Take your local high school, your local colleges, watch them on TV when you can. And if you happen to see anything what we can talk about, let's bring it up on Monday, okay? Have a great day. Have a great evening. Think softball, think spring, and see you around.